Good morning, my people. I just woke up from the craziest dream in my life. And I dreamt about Trike. I dreamt about Stephen and Xania and a crazy religious guy and our friend, an unknown African from an African man who from Africa who spoke with an accent, who had a shaved head and had like cuts in his head like a wrestler, like Abdullah the Butcher. So this is what happened. Xania and Steven, the black dude, the African dude, and I were walking in our local shopping center here in my small hip town in upstate New York, and Xania had a megaphone, and we were just walking, chilling out, and all of a sudden there's this in front of our little grocery store in like the shopping center, you know, the sort of strip mall, old fashioned shopping center deal. There was a there was this table with all this like hate literature, it was like it was basically a Westboro Baptist Church type religious zealot who had all this literature like God hates fags and just this really hate literature, and I just really hate stuff. So we started debating him. The dude also had a microphone, and Xania and him started debating with the microphone, and then I came up with my camera, the camera that I'm using right now, and I started filming, and the guy's like, "No filming." He started freaking out. Oh, and I introduced myself as Chuck Kennedy from the Watertown Daily Times, which is a local paper. Chuck Kennedy, that's right. I don't know why. And he's like, "No filming." And I'm like, "This is a public place. I can film if I want." And then he started getting like rowdy and started like coming at us. So we all kind of cornered him, and we had him sort of pushed into a corner. And then he was like running or walking away from us, and we followed him. And basically, the next thing I knew, he was on the ground, and we were stomping that motherfucker. This is a dream. It ain't real. That's right. We had him on the ground, and Steven and Xania were kicking him, and I was in the African guy was kicking him, and I was joining in, and I remember stepping right on his forehead as hard as I could. So we steal his megaphone. I think Xania stole the megaphone, so she had two megaphones, and then we're walking away, and we walk away from the guy. I know, terrible, violent thing that happened in the dream. I can't explain it. It's just a dream. And then we go to this little patch kind of across the street by the gas station, and there's this ladder. And so we're climbing up the ladder by the gas station, and I can't climb up the ladder, and Steven and Xania and the African dude, who's I didn't have a name in the dream, but good friend of ours in the dream. We all they're all up. They climb up the ladder, and they're like on this ledge, this tiny ledge, but it's like this weird ledge. And I climb up the ladder, and they have to insert like cardboard pieces or like sign like for sale or garage sale signs into the wall so I can climb up the ladder safely. So we make it up there, and we smoke this huge joint of cocaine, which I know, I of course, look at me, big guy, I don't touch this stuff, and I also know that cocaine is not smoked in a big joint. I mean, just cocaine is huge joint of cocaine, so we're passing it around, and I know, exactly, right? WTF. And so we do that, and then I guess next thing I know, we've climbed down, and all of a sudden the cops are on us. All of a sudden there's spotlights everywhere. So the next thing I know is Steven is on his knees with his hands in the air, and Xania is on her knees with her hands in the air, and then the black dude, the African dude, the dude with the Abdullah the Butcher scars in his forehead, and it was just bizarre, is on his knees, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like starting to walk away, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get away. So I like am escaping, and I go back around the other side of the gas station, and all of a sudden, yeah, the spotlight's on me, and the cops shouting at me and pointing a gun at me. And so I get on my knees and put my hands up, and that's the end of the dream. Trike, what does your music do to me? Wow. What a wild dream. And I know Steven's in Vancouver right now, and Xana's back in Germany, and the mysterious African guy, I don't know where he is.